Hi, everyone. Welcome to the last and fourth one of these sessions. I hope they have been useful for you. And, I'm always interested in your feedback about what you found particularly useful, what you might have wanted more of, what you wanted less of. And that will help me, reconfigure this for the future. What I wanted to do today was, for a change, much less of me talking and much more of people working in groups and actually using the annotation framework that I gave you. I'll just spend the first 10 minutes kind of reviewing the framework in case you didn't get to look at the video that was sent around. And then we'll do like 30 minutes of actually annotating a real live successful grant, one that went to the ERC. So you can see how those are put together. Then we'll take a little break and then we'll come back and do another exercise, which is sort of mapping moves to parts of a template. So when it asks you project plan, what moves do you expect or do you anticipate you should be addressing in that part? The new PCs. Okay. They don't have a microphone or a webcam. All right, that's a drag. How many people are using work PCs? Oh, that's why we can't see you, Anna. Or hear you. Yep. Okay, so perhaps people are here, and so group work will be difficult to do then as well, I guess. How many people are on these work PCs that don't have the microphone or the camera? Anna is one. Alice? Not Giannini, but Alice, Yana, Irina, Wotong, Shuyan. Are you also on that? It's in that situation? No Mike either. Oh my God. Okay. Well, maybe Google Docs will allow us the functionality that we need to be able to do this. Okay. Okay, great. So it's variable. So anyway, let me just review the annotation framework for you. It has these sort of 11 parts, right? And the argument is based on empirical work that these are the 11 moves, the 11 rhetorical moves that all grant proposals contain in differing orders and in different distribution. And in the video, I showed you some examples, but these are the general definitions, and these are actually lifted from the Ulla Connor articles, 11 things all grant proposals do, that sort of define each move. Now, why are they these colors? They are these colors because those are the default colors on Microsoft Word, which is where I first started with the annotation project. And probably it's just easiest for today if we generally stick with those colors. But as you see, when we move into Google Docs, the same colors don't exactly appear, but it doesn't really matter. In the video, I talked about what this framework is good for. And I am, like I said, really excited about being able to present this stuff because it's absolutely essential to the work that I do. It's essential to the way that I work. I love talking in terms of, these moves. I use them all the time in my own work and in my funding advising work. And so getting to present it with people, to build a shared sort of terminology, I'm really looking forward to that and excited about that. I'm going to be focusing on these specific sort of pieces. Using the framework to understand a little bit more about what the grant proposal is like as a genre. And then I think doing that very important part of number 2, it's just ingrained in us that if we're applying for some sort of grant, we go around and we ask, has anyone done this before, right? And sometimes you do get, friends or supervisors or funding advisors or whatever who can get you an example of the proposal. But then what do you do next with the proposal, right? You can't copy it exactly, but you can look at the structure, the ways that the person before you has made decisions about which moves to make and in which order and what emphasis to put on what things, which things when. So I think this is like really one of the most powerful uses of the particular of the framework. And then also that third point, it can help you structure your pre-writing. So if you know that you're going to need to articulate the importance of your research, you can just open a file and say importance at the top and just start writing, right? Brainstorming, thinking through, trying to articulate why a particular project matters, and so forth. And do that for every single one of the moves and just play around with your ideas and play around with your language, and then take that and move that, later into your into the grant template. And then, I think I presented this earlier. I think this is a little bit of a cartoon about like what lawyers wish proposals could be like, right? That there's a lot of territory, a lot of background, a little bit of a description of what the gap is, hardly any description about how you're going to do it, and then a little bit of everything else. This is what I think like STEM scientists wish proposals would be. They just want to talk about how they're going to do stuff. They don't talk at all about why doing that matters at all. But really the readers and the reviewers who are going to be encountering your proposal, this is really what matters to them. This is what they are going to be looking for when they read. They're going to be really looking to understand like why this matters and what the particular study is going to bring. And I think most funding proposals kind of end up looking sort of like this. I mean, this is not like scientific by any means, but there is some part of all of these, and some of these are probably bigger than you think, and some of them are smaller than you might anticipate. And so just to give you another example of how this works, these are the project descriptions of 2 SWOL applications from last year. So you can see how the kinds of choices that people make. These were both coming from the Institute of Data Science. So they're different projects, but they're both kind of similarly technical. And one, person has obviously made a decision to talk a lot about what specifically they're going to do. Both of these were successful as well, by the way, I should say. And then this is another sort of proposal that went to the Netherlands eScience Center. And you can see some principles that I talked about in the video, reflected, where you have big chunks of moves at a time reflected, and not a lot of bouncing around among the moves. So I did this. So you want to annotate a grant? Let's annotate a grant. How many people are we? 1, 2. Wait, we're 11. So maybe let's do 2. Let's do 3 rooms, right? No, let's do two rooms with 5 people each. Okay. And I'm gonna open the rooms, see if I can do that. All right, I'm going to stop the share. Okay, and then so I've just kind of done this randomly. I'm gonna also give you 2 links to a document, and if you're gonna, well, no, let's do it this way. I'm gonna open the rooms, and I'll pop into your room and give you the link. I think that's the way to do it. Okay. Who wants to have their screen shared? So I can assign someone a co-host role. Who wants to do that?
I can do that.
Okay, you can now share, Alex.
Okay, so this. Okay. I cannot see the chat though, so somebody has to tell me what people are writing in the chat.
I'll read the message to you, no problem.
Okay, so, okay, let me just zoom.
If you pull it out of full screen, you can see the chat.
Oh. Oh, I can only see the people. Well, okay, if Enrique read it to me,
Yeah,
it's fine.
I'll read it, no problem.
So,
Do the voiceover.
research, so research question. There's some blue here. Goals, traffic and transformation project seeks to employ. Okay. And then there's also seems to be an
Wouldn't that
overlap.
be goals rather than means? Says
There's an
Alice.
yeah, is that because there's like some blue and then some green and then
No, I think she's
oh,
talking about what goes
there's a
below
comment.
that.
Hold on.
Yeah, the pink thing. Yeah. What is
Yeah.
pink again? Pink is means, right?
Pink is means.
I think it's. Yeah, I think she's right. I think that's goals. Because the
So
research aims to answer that, right? Yeah.